All right. Everybody, this is Jeremy Wilson, the Forex trader. And what I'm doing right now is, hey everybody, this is Jeremy Wilson, the Forex trader. All right, we are live. So this is my first time doing a week in review. So I decided to just come on and show my new logo, my new shirt. I hope you guys like it. It's pretty cool. I got this in white and in black. I also have it in polo, white and black. So if you want to grab one, just send me a DM and we'll get you sorted out. So this is pretty exciting. What I wanted to do was show how I journal. And I know most traders, all of us have a trade journal, or our trades are automatically journaled in our back office and our analytics. But what I wanted to show you was how I journal and some of the things that trading journal doesn't have that I think is pretty important. Okay, so let's start here. And this is on 9. Well, actually, let's go to the calendar. I want to make sure I start on the right day. So our trading week starts on Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I am. So let's go and start reviewing. September 20th. So I keep this all down. And I encourage you all to have a journal. This is something that I'm gonna probably develop my own journal. So this is how I journal. 9/20/2020 says I started this trading week with an addition to my trading strategy. The Explorer, which works excellent. I was able to generate $2,100 and 26 cents, which is amazing. Looking forward to finishing. It says I'm looking forward to completing my verification nice and easy this week, and I'm in the 10th day. So that was really awesome. As you guys know, most of us trade as funded traders, and there are different companies that you can get funding from account sizes to 10,000 to 100,000, even more. So that's what I was in the process of completing this week, was getting my funded account going. And it says it's day 10, and I'm super excited. First trade was a buy USD, and it was successful, and for $180. And then second trade, and yeah, that was all I needed. And I finished my verification, and I was done for the day. Now, before we go into the next part of it, what I want to share with you is my trading logs are done automatically, but what I'm trying to journal is also my emotional state, what I'm feeling, what I'm doing, why, because this will help me to watch to make sure that I'm not revenge trading. And a lot of times that happens. If you take a loss or you're doing something, then you'll get back in, and you never quantify why you're doing it, right? It's just emotional. So in my trading journal, what I'm also trying to do is make sure I'm accountable to my emotional state. So this means that as I'm journaling, I keep this by me, and I journal in the moment on every trade. So let's go into 9/22. It says now that I'm a funded trader for 50,000, I'm finishing the 100K challenge, trading 30 lots. Now listen to this. It says it feels a little uneasy. I need to go with momentum only and out, and wait to the next candle, right? And it says uh, account timing was a cost, but it wasn't the account timing. So on this particular trade, I lost $4,403, right? Now, why did that happen? I said it in the beginning. I said in my emotional state, I said, um, I was trading 30 lots and I feel a little uneasy. So that right there showed that I was uncertain about what I was doing. And that uncertainty cost me $4,403 in that particular trade. So this is how important journaling is doing in the moment, and to record your emotional state, because if you record your emotional state and you're uneasy about something, then guess what you won't do? Well, hopefully you won't continue to take that direction. And that's what I learned. So right here, it cost me, it was a hard lesson. It cost me $4,403, right? So then we go into the next trading day. So this is on 9/23. It says, now I'm ready to finish the 100K challenge. After passing the verification with trading 10 lots, I will trade 20 lots. Trading, and then I put here, this is again my emotional state. I want to make sure you understand. It says, trading 20 lots on a 100K account feels great. First trade was $660 in profit. So you see right there how I was able to go from the 9/22. I felt the pain and I felt uneasy. Then I let that emotional state be my call to action. So what did that uneasiness make me do? Well, I was uneasy. I over leveraged. I knew it. It cost me $4,403. The next day, it says, I'm ready now. Now I got my emotional self together, my psychology. I really focus on leaving a trading day where it is, right? I don't want to bring it to the next day. So I'm ready to go. I reviewed my strategy again to make sure that it was on point, and then I made my first thing. So I come up with a strategy. I said, I like this. I said timing plus momentum equals direction, which really made me feel good, right? So now I realize, like, all right, man, bet I got a strategy that is working. I'm feeling good. I got my lot size down. For me, what I look at is for every 50K, I'm going to trade 10 lots or $100, right? This way, if you think about it, I control my risk because I'm allowing myself to lose 50 lots. But because of my strategy, I never even get that far, right? We're nowhere near that. So, but we'll get into that. That's not what we're here for. We're just going to do a week in review. So then I go here. I said, I waited for the first 15 minutes and got in, right? Before the candle closes. I said, put my stop loss above existing previous candle, right? Said, great day. I successfully basket traded. So on this one, now I'm telling you what I did and how I'm feeling. So I have several strategies. I do love basket trading, and because it's a statistical advantage that you get when you basket trade, especially when you use correlation. So that's another thing that I do. But I will tell you the results. I said so. I basket traded Aussie, USD, GBP, euros. Total profit was $7,000. So I love this strategy. 7,000 in profits today, right? So here it is. um, 9:23, and I am feeling good. I'm loving my strategy. I'm loving what I'm doing, and I'm making money. So I refined what I was doing. I wrote down. This is the importance of journaling, guys. I want you to get this. I wrote it down. I wrote my successes. I wrote my failures, and I wrote how I felt because I'm using my emotions as a call to action. Right? I want to make sure that I'm in the game, that I'm present, that I'm doing the right things. So I make sure I write down my emotional state because your emotions really do impact how you trade. It probably impacts you the most, especially when you're winning, because when you're winning, you're like on this emotional high, this roller coaster, right? And you want to keep it going. And most people, when they're winning, what they do, they add to their position. Maybe because of greed, or maybe because of lack of knowledge, or anything else. And when you do that, when you break away from your strategy, failure ensues, right? So let's go into 924. So it says, started my trading day at 1700, trading Aussie USD, limping in with zero point zero 0.02 to define direction with his tail. First trade was successful profit of $800. And then here it goes again. What's my emotional state? It says, I feel great waiting for the tail and trading with a 20 lot size. It says I said it does work, right? So now I'm feeling good, right? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident about my strategy. I'm writing down my emotional state. And the great thing about the reason why this is so important is because in the moment I'm able to write it down. When I review it, it keeps me focused because so many times as traders, we get a new strategy, or for me, I continue to educate myself constantly. I'm learning new strategies and everything else. At the same time, I'm trying to keep it simple and continue to grow as a trader. So when I review these things, when I review my daily trading log or diary, let it call it what it is, journal, diary, get it on paper, whatever you think, tomato. It's a trading journal for me. So I'm putting down here how I feel, and I said, and then I said, I go and said, third trade. Now listen, this is my third trade, guys. Now remember how confident and cocky I was feeling. This is very important. I want you guys. I'm sharing my soul with you guys, right? So I hope you really understand the time and energy and lessons it took for me to get to the point of writing this stuff down. Because for many years I wasn't. And when I wasn't, I was in this constant loop of doing the same thing and getting the same bad results, right? It's called insanity. It's the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? You see this like cuckoo, right? Over and over and over again, expecting a different result. But you'll never know that you're in this loop if you don't get it down on paper, especially when trading, because trading, I mean, I love it. It's what we do. It's the way that we live our lives and can maintain financial freedom. And for those of you who are just starting out, to get financial freedom. So I'm very grateful. And it took me a lot of pain and blown accounts. I blew my trading account 3 times when I was first beginning. You know, when I first started trading, I didn't even know anything about. I was trading on the wrong platform. I was trading binary options, and you know, I was trading on time and momentum, and and honestly, I was on the wrong platform. I made some money, didn't make any money because it was a scam. They gave me 7 times my first deposit. So I deposited 1,000. They gave me 79,000, and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. So I'm trying to withdraw it, right? Like I'm like, oh shoot, I got this money, and no, I had to make 100 times that bonus money just to get my original money out. They didn't tell me that, but if I didn't accept it, I could have got it. Well, supposedly got it out. That was one experience. So I know the pains of blowing trade accounts, blowing money, and I never wrote it down. I never wrote down. So I was in this cycle where I would make, a couple $1,000, blow myself up, make a couple $1,000, blow myself up. And then I'm like, man, I know this can work. Then I spend all this money on education and a lot of stuff being so confusing. And I never took time to educate myself on what I was doing. And that's the importance of a trading journal. So let's go on here to the third trade. Third trade, no momentum. Direction was solid. I said, love waited for foretell with the limp in of 0.02. Profit was $40. Now this is another thing I want you to realize. So did you see how I evaluate the problem? There's no momentum in the market, which happens from time to time. So I got out. I'm also saying I love. So this strategy. So how I feel about this strategy? I love this strategy. So what do I want to do? I want to continue to do this strategy. Now, what happens for most people is that something works well, and then what do? We go try to bleep with it, right? We mess with it, and then it's like, oh my God, why did I do that? And so so it becomes this crazy it becomes this crazy thing. So anyway, let me get off this. Something popped up here. All right. Okay. All right. So I recognize that there's no momentum. I recognize that my strategy is solid, and I got out with profit. Now, most people right here, if you're trading $100 a pip or 10 lots, do you think? I mean, $40 is only is not even a whole pip movement. It's a fractional movement of 4/10. So, I mean, come on. But that's where I had to recognize. So for most people, greed would have gotten in the way, and they would have stayed in it. And when they're what goes up must go down. So it says, then I'm going here. It says, Wave Rider. I started early because, oh, look at this. I started early because of fear of missing out. Could have had a better entry. Wow. So right here, I'm in the moment, and I'm writing this stuff down. What did I made a mistake. And it tells you why. Fear of missing out. Isn't that so interesting? I mean, fear of missing out. The market is constantly moving. Why would I be fearful? So that happened. And I don't trade on Fridays, so I didn't write anything down. But that was my weekend review, guys. I hope you understand really the importance of journaling and reviewing your week and writing down your emotional state. Because when you write down your emotional state every day and you review it, it will help you to become a better trader. I promise you that. So thank you guys so much for joining me for my weekend review. Like it. I'll be on every Friday. I'm working on the best time. Had my grandkids come by, which was awesome. So yeah. But Again, if you love this shirt, this is my new logo. Go ahead and like, send me a DM, and you might get one in the mail. But you got to probably send me your email or address or something. So anyway, this is Jeremy, the Forex trader. Happy trading, and until we talk again next Friday.